Lastly, I'm going to talk about the impressions that you can make on a person and the impressions that they can make on you face to face versus online. Have you ever felt like sometimes when you're having a debate with someone online and you disagree with something, especially if you don't know them, your immediate impression of them is this guy, this guy or girl. I completely don't agree with them. If I can meet them and give them a piece of my mind. You know, it's a lot easier online to do that. It's a lot easier to develop a negative impression of someone, and vice versa. Someone can develop a negative impression of you versus being face to face, and there's better communication, even though there's disagreement. And there's studies that prove that when you have face to face interactions versus online interactions, you have more of a chance to make a better impression on people, and they have a better chance of making a good impression on you. So you can actually easily easier you can befriend someone easier face to face than you would if you were to meet them online, if you especially if you disagree on something. Bradley M. Oakdy is an assistant professor at the University of at Ohio State University at Newark. He received his bachelor's at the University of Toledo, his master's at the University of Northern Iowa, and his doctorate at the University of Alabama. His master's and his doctorate, both in social psychology. And so, what his study showed was that regarding computer mediated communication, or CMC for abbreviation, versus face to face, or FTF for abbreviation, it did show that he got he got the same people in the study. He first had them interact with each other online for the first time, and then he had those same people, not knowing that this was the same person that they were interacting with online earlier, interact with each other about the same topic. And what happened was um, they were actually more likely to they agreed with each other somewhat, and they were able to come to a middle ground when actually talking face to face versus when they were online and they were butting heads, and they just developed a very bad impression of each other, and they despised each other. But when they were talking face to face about the same subject, they were more agreeable, and they were more likely to come to terms, and they were more friendly towards each other. So that is another perk of just traditional face to face interactions. The bonds are stronger. First impressions are you're more likely to make a good first impression, and you just don't have to. Even if you are an introvert and extrovert, you just don't have to feel like to me it's like putting up a facade sometimes when you're online and you're interacting with people versus when you are face to face.